Hey, everybody. Just looking at my busy background. How's everyone? Thank you, Adventure Diva. Can you remind me of your name, please? You're probably going to have to do that a few times and tell me where you are. I do kind of get it in my head after a while, if you tell me a few times. I have a lot to go over, and I'm only going to stay on an hour. Jack, one of our moderators, has brownies in the oven, and my stomach is growling thinking about that. I want to give a huge shout out right off the bat to he's actually been watching me for a while, but he's young and he only started commenting. So I only become aware of people when they start commenting, because otherwise I don't know you're there. And for Mother's Day, he sent me this lovely gift. And Joshua, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. Hi, Anthony. And Anthony, I want to say, is in Greece. Do I have that right? I hope I have that right. Okay, Joshua, just wait a second. The Happy Gardener. Hey, how you doing? I just want to show you some of the things that Joshua sent me. He's a very capable young man, has a big, huge garden, and he sent me this. Oh, that smells so divine. He sent me this handmade candle. And Joshua, you can remind everybody what's in it. I know there are seeds on top that are lavender, and it smells wonderful. It's in a little metal thing, and I can't wait to take a bath and light that and use that. That is very sweet, and I really appreciate that. He also sent me, I mentioned this the other day, and I didn't know where the cards were. All the things were together in a little basket. And he sent me 2 beautiful Mother's Day cards, even though I'm not his mother. But you know what? You can send Mother's Day cards to mothers, whether you're their child or not, because listen to the messages that they write in these cards, that the messages that come in the cards. You hold a place in my life and in my heart that no one else could fill. For all you've done, for all you are, hope this day is beautiful, just like you. Doesn't rhyme, though, does it? Phil, done, heart, are you. Doesn't rhyme, but my mother was a poet. So, well, when I say she was a poet, she was very good at rhyme. He also made me a homemade peach scrub for a body scrub. And this is homemade peach. And it's filled all the way to the brim. And I can't wait to have a wonderful, soothing bath in my very shallow bathtub and try those out. And then, of course, he sent me all these wonderful stones. He knows I love rocks. This happens to be yellow amethyst. I won't say where he got this. Lips are sealed. And this is flint from the cave behind his property. Isn't that that's so thoughtful. It's just so thoughtful. And other beautiful, this is glass from Andrew Johnson's home. I believe you said he was, which president? Our 14th, 18th? 18th president? No, that can't be right. But anyway, he came from the same town that Joshua lives in. And this is rare green night, green glass, and white quartz, which I love. I'm putting this in my pocket for the live stream. And I just want to thank you. He also sent me some organic lemon drops. And that was a very thoughtful gift. And I really appreciate it. I also wanted to give a shout out. Let me just get all of this out of the way, so don't forget. I want to give a shout out to, she's probably not watching, but Carolyn Coppola. She says, Kay, I just started watching your channel, and whatever video pops up in my feed, I just saw a recorded live feed from an apartment and had to scramble back to find out what happened. I cried watching this video, but not so much sad tears, but tears of appreciation. She's talking about my sweet goodbye video for my late bloomer garden 1.0, When you hugged and kissed the first tree, I completely understood. Your love and respect for nature will not return to you void. I love that expression. I can't wait to see what you grow in your new apartment and hope to watch every step of it. That's what I need. People watching every step of this process. Some of the videos are not catching on. I really need everybody to be interested in what I'm doing. I wish you love and blessings in your new home as you begin another journey. God bless you. Thank you for sharing your life with all of us. And I can't thank you enough, Carolyn. That just really made my day when I read that. And this is from, Marco Polo wrote me about, because I used biochar in a recent video when I was potting up stuff. And he says, tell everyone that you know it's, let's see. Well, first of all, he says, very, very good videos. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Videos are awesome. And says, do you know about biochar? Feed it to the hogs and cattle and goats. It goes through them and helps the soil. I'm from Northern Kentucky. Look up the history of biochar for gardening. Tell everyone you know. Pass it on. It's good for bad clay soil. Okay for good soil. Barnwood to douse it with water and then dry it out, then activate it with worm castings or compost liquids first. I also like rocket store mass heaters, couches, and earthship homes are nice too. So do I. I want an earthship home. It's just that I don't want to have to build it. Oh, look up sand to gold. Very interesting. It's for deserts growing. Have a nice day. Thank you, Marco. I hope you see this and hear the shout out. Yeah, so that was that. And let's see if I had any other. No, I guess not. I didn't have anything else sticking out, but I did want to say, let me just see who's here and say hello real quick. Just had a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Let's see, Patricia. Let's see if I was right about Anthony. Hey, Barbara. Oh, good. Anthony is in Greece. He lives, I want to say 25 miles north of the big city in Greece. Let's see, Blink Park YB1. Oh my God, hello, sorry I haven't been. Yes, we haven't heard from you in a while. Well, a lot of people are not online. This whole virus has really changed everybody's habits. So I'm glad you caught me, because I'm considering making this my last Wednesday live stream. I just started this Wednesday thing to kind of, give people, be quiet, give people a way to connect during the week, who are just, especially if you're alone like me, maybe you want to connect with people, and this gives you an opportunity to do that without leaving your house. And everybody that does tune in to my live stream is so caring of each other that I just don't think you can go wrong. But if people are getting busy and a lot of states are opening up again, some people go to church on Wednesday evening. So I'm thinking about stopping the added live stream on Wednesdays. Tell me what you think, though. I want to know what you think. So please let me know. Thank you, Barbara. Let's see. So Joshua says it's lavender oil, rose oil, and some more. Oh, and I forgot the lemon balm oil, because I put that in a separate place. He also sent me lemon balm oil, and I'm assuming that's just to put on my skin. It says it's not to eat. Let's see. The Happy Gardener, could you just remind us your name? Because, I get all these things kind of mixed up in my mind. And Happy Gardener, just remind everybody. Oh my gosh, Carolyn, did you hear what I just read? Did you just tune in? Did you hear what I said? I read your whole comment and gave you a shout out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you heard that the first time. Cold, rainy Georgia. Susie is in cold, rainy Georgia. Cold? I mean, I'm hearing, well, let's see. No, Joshua said it was 50 degrees today in Tennessee. but it has been in the 80s, right? I heard that. You're welcome, Joshua. Thank you, and more. You know how much I appreciate you. That goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Uh-oh, my thing jumped. Hold on. Want to catch up here. Brian, cool and windy in Jersey. Okay, Debbie Archibald is in Visalia. Thank you, Debbie, for just automatically saying that. Ian, can you remind me where you are? Let's see. Kel is. I remember Kel is in England. I mean, in Britain. I forget where, but I know you're in England. I mean, in Britain. And I forget where Ian is. Ian, tell me. Let's see. Okay, Blink Park, you go do your homework and come back. I'll be on till 5 my time. 17th president. Okay, Andrew Johnson was our 17th president, and he is originally from, I wish I could turn that thing down so it wouldn't ding like that, but if I do, then you can't hear me. So we just have to put up with it. Happy Gardner did a video on biochar. That's a great idea. I'll make a note of that because I won't remember if I don't. Let's see. Biochar. Happy Gardner. And Happy Gardner, can you let's see if I can remember your name. Is it George? No, that's probably not right. Is it George? Biochar. Anyway, I'll check that out. Remind me your name. Let's see. Debbie. Let's see. Happy says, no, don't. I think that is an answer to no, don't stop the Wednesday live stream. Is that your point? Let's see. No, don't. Patricia doesn't want me to stop. Joshua, I told you not to miss church on my account. I don't want to be responsible for you, for your soul. Okay. Okay. Haffy is John Haffenecker is one of our moderators, and he is pleading with, we call him Haffy. He is pleading with everyone to keep up the Wednesday live streams. Carolyn, is that a yes, you want me to? Good afternoon, Steve Mildengren. How are you and Rosemary? I am dying to know if you have been contacted for contact tracing. Contact tracing, there's a pilot program in Ventura County. If you've been reading the news, you've probably heard about it. I don't want to get political here, but it's you should be aware of what's going on. Let's see. Let's see. Susie says it's 52 in Georgia. That just seems like wrong to me. I mean, it should be like 70. 70 and perfect planting weather. Barbara wants me to also. George, it is George. I had it right, but I didn't have the Oregon part right. But now I remember. I'll make a note. Probably get lost along with all my other 50,000 notes, but should we talk about the murder hornet situation? I mean, I haven't really heard anything about it in the last couple of. Ian Schultz is in California. I don't remember where you are in California, Ian, at the moment. I'm sorry. Kel wants me to also. Kel, what time is it in Britain? Daryl, how's your mother tonight? Please say hello for me. Or is that your sister? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Let's see. I don't know what the latest is on the hornet situation. Does anybody know? Daryl's got 54 tomato plants, 20 varieties. Daryl, at least your sense of humor is intact. I can't say the same for myself. Yes, yeah, Somerset, near the coast-ish. I would love to come back over there. It's so pretty. Wow. What is it like over there in England? Well, let's see. You are in England. What is it like in England now, where you are regarding the virus? Okay, Jack's taking a brownie break. Let's see. Ian, where did you say you were? Yes, Joshua, I have too many notes. Hi, Jackie Boxer. I saw your comments today. By the way, let me just take a moment to talk about comments. Okay. YouTube has been, I don't know if you've got an active channel, if you look at the back end of it or anything like that, or if you just got a Google account. But YouTube has been really recreating all new software for the back end of our channels. And when I say the back end, I mean the dashboard, all the stuff that we need to be able to function, to be able to put content out for you to look at. And so they changed the comments thing a little bit. And I hadn't gone. I know that YouTube doesn't always send a notification for older videos. They usually send a notification for every new video. And so I was, aware that I hadn't looked at my comments for a while. And since my loofah video, which many of you found me through my loofah video, still gets probably the most amount of comments, I thought, well, I just been procrastinating because I've been trying to manage everything else. So I took a look at it today. I had 2,500 comments that had. Felice is on. Say hello to Felice Stella. I did 2 videos with Felice. I asked her if she could join today. Felice is the wonderful chef, and guess what? She's learned how to cook, or maybe you already knew how, but she said as soon as we're able to socially mingle again, I'm going to go over to her house and she is going to make pho, which is faux or pho. You're supposed to say it like F-U-H instead of P-H-O, which I have to say is probably, when it's made right, probably my favorite dish. I do believe I could eat it every single day and not get tired of it. The broth is just so nourishing. And Felice is a chef that actually cooks for people who have health issues. So she tailors the things she cooks to a particular person's needs and requirements. So thank you for joining, Felice. I love you. I was saying something before I interrupted myself. Let's see. Permaculture Homestead. Please say hello to Tori in Columbus, South Carolina, the capital, I believe. Columbia, sorry, South Carolina. And here to make a connection. I love you too, Tori. And he hopes that I am physically, spiritually, and mentally doing well. Well, I think that I am, on all 3 of those counts, doing better. I really do, because last year it seemed like I was injured half the time and low in spirit. And I have put my whole experience with my Late Bloomer Garden 1.0. It's just in my heart, but I don't sit around and pine away for it or anything like that. I'm looking to the next thing. Kevin in Big Wave, Florida. I don't know if he joined, but Fla, I hope he joins. He's always telling me to look forward and to plan for the next big thing and not look back. And I'm not. In fact, I'm interrupting myself, but there's so much I want to say. Today, I got a phone call from, remember the neighbor that called me up because I was the only person she could think of that could help her with her neighbor's bee issue because the neighbor was going to kill the bees or have the gardener kill the bees. And she called me up, and the guy that came over to my place, I called him. He went over and he relocated the bees. Anyway, I heard from her today, and she said that she had walked by my house. She only lives like 5 or 6 blocks from my house, my old house. And she walked by and she said, "It's all gone." I said, "What do you mean it's all gone? They took the trees down?" It was mostly trees because Eric and I kind of cleaned out most of the, annuals and stuff, and some of which went to Benita. And Benita has a beautiful garden, by the way. I can't wait to get over there and show you. She still has one section of her garden. It's a small backyard, but when she bought it, it was just like weeds, dandelion, and dirt. And she showed me one angle, and it was just like, you could put it in a magazine, and it was just beautiful. And then she said, "No, but you can't see the other side." I said, No, you don't understand. This is what people want to see. People want to see how did it look to start with and how it looks now. They don't want to see the whole thing perfect. Well, they might, but I mean, it's how you get there, and that's her story. So I can't wait to tell that story. I know there were like 3 things I brought up. Tori, what's it like in South Carolina with the virus? Is the state opened up? What's going on? Bring us up to date. Hi, Edwin is in England. And good morning, America. Let's see. He is saying hello. Edwin is recovering from a broken hip. Ian doesn't want me to stop. Ian, or can you remind me where you are? Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Carolyn. Let's see. Jamela is from Trinidad and Tobago, and she's checking in. She has a fabulous year-round garden. Obviously, she's in a tropical climate on an island, so she gets to grow wonderful, juicy vegetables all year long. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it jumped again. Steve says, "We are fine here. I didn't hear anything, and keep everyone is the life going." Oh. Keep the live streams going. Is that what you mean, Steve? I can't wait to get back out to your place. Jeannie Smith, I'm sorry. Beautiful weather in Savannah, Tennessee. Wow. I haven't been there in about 4 decades. Ian, you just said river. I don't know what that was part of. And Kel says 0.14 times. And I don't know what the answer, I don't know the question that was, let's see. So Tori's telling us about the Hornet. And, for some reason, the Hornet news, I know it was in the news. I just wasn't really paying attention to it. I know a lot of people got all twisted up about it, but I'm assuming that Tori is setting us straight. It's an Asian Japanese Hornet, and it's not a murderer. And Happy says the murder Hornet is all a hoax. Okay. Mom says hi, and thanks for the compliment. Let's see, Carolyn. Okay, good. Carolyn is new to my channel, as you heard from that comment. So Carolyn, can you remind everybody or tell everybody where you are so people can kind of make a connection? George, yeah, I know the feeling. We all need to be working either in the garden or going to church on Sundays. I feel guilty. Taking a Riverside. That's right. Riverside is so hot. I mean, you must have to really, Riverside is almost like, I would think it would be almost like Palm Springs. Maybe not quite. Palm Springs is very much a desert. And I don't know where the delineation is between you're in Riverside and then you go a little farther and you're in Palm Springs, or you go off to Joshua Tree, which is total desert. So I don't know if there's like a line, a demarcation between semi-arid and arid out where you are, but I'm sure you have to really know how to grow in that kind of heat. Oh, that's good, Kel. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, we only have 23 of these. Can everybody just, if you're on mobile, can you just get off mobile for a second, or get off of your live stream on mobile for a second? Click that like button and get back on. Everything helps to, to promote the channel, and YouTube counts all of those statistics. And if anyone is so moved, please give a super chat donation. Let's see what we've got here. That dollar sign at the bottom. Click on that. Let's see. Jamela says, okay, they're wary of the situation, but only one case, one person in the hospital. And now I must be really behind. Felice is just Aiden Shaw. Oh, baby. Garlic, tomatoes, and chili peppers. What is better than that? It's pizza time. California Tea and Herbal. New subscriber. I think I saw your comment today. I don't know if you just joined, but I'm working my way through. I spent an hour today, at least an hour, going through comments, and I had 2,500. You see, I know it would be so much easier, but it would be so much easier if I just set it so that all comments were accepted. And then I didn't have to go through them and say, is this okay? Is this not okay? Because rarely is there a bad one. But once in a while, there's something offensive. And I just don't want that on my channel. And I would never know about it. I would never know about it. With 650 videos, it's not like I'm going to be going through all the comments on all those old videos. It's not going to happen. So, thank you, somebody. Happy, you did it again. Thank you so much. Happy gave a super chat donation. So anyway, I was going through the comments today, and I spent at least an hour, and I worked my way down from 2,500 to 2,400. So what the YouTube changed is that some of the people that I had already accepted, see, I have to go through each person, like, for example, California Tea and Herbal. I think I did this today. There is a little thing back there, and you go through and you say, always accept comments from this person. Well, I wouldn't have even known about this, that they changed it, except that Joshua was telling me he was the first one watching all my videos and the first one commenting, and they weren't showing up on my computer. And so when I went in the back end, I saw that he had not been accepted. And then I saw that other people who have been commenting for a while had not been accepted either. And I think they must have changed something. So I am making a promise to go through every one of those comments and make sure everybody that is friendly and a nice person gets all of their comments accepted. Okay, let's see. Temecula transplanted 30 seedlings last week, and weather is beautiful here. I've been to Temecula once. I think it was Temecula. I'm sure it was. Did you see California Tea and Herbal? Did you see? And I'm going to give you an assignment. If you are willing to accept it, that's a Mission Impossible inside thing. Let's see. It was called. It was my wildflower. It was my. What? Wow. What? California wild flowers? Why is that not coming up? Did I not? Oh, this is crazy. What did I call that? It was the Desert Bloom or something. Obviously, I don't have this thing titled right. There it is. See if you see when you're watching my videos. See if you watch this video. See if you see. This is for California Tea and Herbal, and anybody else who hasn't seen this video. I was so proud of this video, and this is the video. This is my 100th episode. And 100 was all I had ever planned to do, trust me. And I was going to stop at 100. I was going to sell the whole series to Amazon, and I was going to be done. And I was going to take the money from that, pay myself back for all the money I had spent on those first, because I used to have a production team, you know, and I laid out that money because I was making money on commercials and residuals, and I had the money, and I said, you know, I want this to be really great. And those first 100 videos were produced, were made by, I had an editor, a sound editor, a composer, and I did all the ideas, and I would write the scripts, send the scripts, I would shoot everything, and then everything else was done. So I had to learn to edit, and all that changed after 100. Anyway, that was my 100th episode. I was really proud of it. I've never worked so hard to do a video ever, even though I did. Wait, did I edit that? I did edit that. Gosh, that's right. My editor had moved on by then. Wow. 3 days. I got in the car early and I hit the road during the big desert bloom of 17. And I went to all these California, not all of them, there's many, but I went to a few of the California deserts. I'm pretty sure I went through Temecula looking for wildflowers. And the wildflowers blooming were so amazing in 17. They were even more amazing in 19, but I didn't go because I killed myself to make that video. So I would love it if everybody would just grab that link and watch it. Yes, it's very true, Happy Gardener. Yeah, and then you do something simple, and then well, it's feasible that we could do a Tuesday or a Thursday. Joshua, Happy, what do you guys think? Joshua needs to go to church on Wednesdays. Barbara's still trying to catch up on my videos. Where's Kevin? Kevin, I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I just mentioned you. I asked what time it was in the UK. Oh, otherwise I got burned in my garden today. It was really hot. Time is now 12:24 a.m. Oh, wow, that's late, Cal, but thank you for staying up. Steve wants it every Wednesday. Hey, you're just going to have to change the mass at your church, Joshua. No, I'm kidding. Maddie, hi in Iceland. We have Iceland. We have everybody shouted out. How many countries? We have England. We have Iceland. We have Trinidad and Tobago. Where else do we have? What has happened to our person in Latvia? We haven't heard from him in a while. And of course, Edwin is in England also. Let's see. Wow. So Tori is a healthcare professional, so he's been working the whole time. Well, I would imagine that your wife is not working because she's a dance teacher, a ballet teacher in a studio. I am glad that you have been working. Let's see. Yes, by the way, speaking of hair, my hair hasn't been this long since I had a baby, and that's been a while. So I had an opportunity, I had an appointment to see my guy that I've been going to since before I had a baby, which was a long time ago. And in December, and I thought, there's so much going on in December. I was going to go on a trip and, to visit my family and friends. And I just said, I'll just do this in January. And then things got so intense with the move and everything. I put it off and put it off. And I told him, I said, I'll just wait until I'm ready to get new headshots, and I'll get the haircut and he'll get it all nice. And then I'll go get the pictures done. Well, and then we have this virus thing, and then I move, and so it's like straw. Let's see. Yeah, Debbie, the Hornet news kind of came and went. Let's see. Anyway, Kevin, I was just giving you a shout out because Big Wave, because you're always telling me to look forward and to plan for the next thing and not look back. And I was just talking about that. And everybody, welcome California Tea and Herbal, and also Carolyn is new. Carolyn Coppola is new. Kevin, so she's, and I gave her a shout out earlier. Let's see. Barbara's watching all my videos. Let's see. Oh, you did Super Bloom. That's why I couldn't think of what I even called it. I when you do 650 videos, it's just like, I don't know what that was called. You're in the wine country area. Well, were you affected by the horrible, horrible fires? By the way, I don't even want to get into that. Let's not even talk about fires today, California wildfires. Let's just hope that we get a pass on that. Oh, you just ordered a peace rose. Oh, that's lovely. Sean Hennessy. That's fantastic, Sean. Remind everybody where you are. No, of course you can't, Joshua. I'm kidding. Thomas, I never pronounced your last name right, if that is your last name. Atig? I'm not sure, but I recognize your face. Let me write him, Joshua. I'll take care of that. Yes, we have amazing countries. Lily, where are you writing from? You're in zone 9A, but that could be a lot of different places. Did everybody see my video today that I did with Scott at Scott Head at Black Gumbo? Want to give that guy a huge shout out. I went back and looked at his numbers. Well, I looked at his community page. Very revealing. You guys, if you don't ever go to the community page, please go to the community pages. There's supposed to be some kind of a notification. Like if you're looking through your feed of your subscriptions, and I post something on my community page, it should be in there. And I always post when I do a video. Anyway, because I did this collaboration with Scott at Black Gumbo Southern Gardening Channel, he's down in I think he's in 9A. And he was going, there's a lot of 9As. You could be in a really dry area or you could be a really wet area. He's in really wet, rain. So and they deal with a lot of mildew, etc. So where are you, Lily? George, yes and no. You've got it almost right. I wanted to stop in that theater, and I never did. That was in Death Valley, and I didn't go to Death Valley. I went to the other one, California Tea and Herbal. Maybe you can remind me where I was. The other, Mojave. I went to Mojave. She was in Death Valley. I never made it to Death Valley, and she passed away, and that's all over. So that opportunity's gone. But that just reminds me, back in the day of newspapers. Remember? Does anybody remember getting a daily newspaper? I loved getting a daily newspaper. I lived in New York for 7 years. I got the New York Times. I out here, got the LA Times for years and years and years. I would always clip these, I would read the travel sections and this section and that section and the entertainment sections and all that. And I would always clip all these articles. And I had this huge supply, this huge collection of articles. Well, when I knew that for sure that I was going to have to sell my house, I started getting rid of a lot of that stuff. And I came across this article of this hotel, I believe in Palm Springs. Yeah, in Palm Springs. And I had saved this clipping of this hotel for like 25 years. I had saved this article. And, I never made it to that hotel. Let's see. Lily, did you answer? You got the moisture meter. Did you order it from my Amazon link? I hope. They're talking about opening Los Angeles on July 4th. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, I need a Kevin. Okay? I need a Kevin for that to happen. This is not my balm. I noticed that this was sent to me. This is another gift. This is comfrey. And this was sent to me by Olive, who also sent me these. And I'm a little unclear on whether she made these earrings or she purchased them. But Olive is a very old friend of mine, and we reconnected. And she's in Tennessee also. Haven't seen her in many years. But she sent me this, and oh my gosh, she said it helps her arthritis. So as you know, I damaged this joint in my hand numerous times, started in 2006. I had one of those ski pole accidents where the pole was attached. It's back in the strappy days of ski poles. The strap was around this, and I did a face plant in powder, and this thing went all the way back. And did you know that the bone is less strong than the ligament that attaches to the bone? So it literally pulls bone tissue away from bone tissue before the ligament gives way from the bone. Isn't that interesting? I find that fascinating. At any rate, it never healed right, and so now I have arthritis there. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. Thinning out squash plants. That's a problem that it would be nice to have. Let's see. Thomas, can you remind everybody where you are? And thank you for ordering the moisture meter, Lily. I love it. And I meant to take that out. What? I hear your I see your comment, Sean. I had a thorny eggplant. Are you saying that eggplant doesn't have thorns? It's not supposed to? Because I only had one really successful eggplant. It was amazing. That bush was like this big and so prolific, I couldn't eat them all. And they would split and go bad. And, that happened a lot. And it had thorns on there. But are you saying that they're not supposed to have thorns? Because I did have a rose, but the rose thorns weren't that big. Let's see. I see now, Sean, you're answering Lily's question. Mine had thorns too. Yes, Kel, no kidding. Yeah, that's just, I had everything happen. It was like a perfect storm. And so I feel very lucky. If Tori is still on, I feel very lucky to feel and look as good as I do. If I look good. Let's see. Daryl, are you saying that again just to put more pressure on me? Okay, where are we? I don't know who you're talking about, George. Let's see, or maybe you're still talking about the Death Valley gal. That was a woman, a ballet dancer. I don't know if you made a video, you put it in your Facebook. George, I'm not sure what you're saying. You can upload any kind of videos to, well, they might be censored depending on what they are, but you can upload videos to Facebook. It's just that there's no monetization, so you're not going to get anything back for it other than just exposure. I appreciate that, Kevin. I am reading your comment again, and I do appreciate that. I just been thinking a lot about it, and with all that's going on, it really makes you think. And I'm leaning a couple of different ways. Sean is in Rowland Heights, California, down the street, and I don't actually know where that is. Oh, that's fantastic, Lily. Thank you so much. He's a great guy. I like him a lot. And what I didn't remember, I probably, that's one thing I interrupted myself. I was going to say is when I looked at Scott's community page, he literally doubled his subscribers in 1 month. Now, he said that watching this one particular guy's videos has really helped him a lot. And I was trying to get my videos made. And so I put Joshua, who needed something to do, on it. And he did some research, and he's got 6 pages of notes for me. We haven't gotten to that yet, but we will. And thank you, Joshua. I know you keep saying that. Daryl. I need a Daryl. I need a Kevin. I need a Daryl. Daryl, even you have to admit, if all of that was to do right today, do you think you'd have the energy for it? You probably would. Yeah. You probably would. Eggplants are not supposed to have thorns. Isn't that interesting? Oh, Kevin says some varieties do have thorns. Well, I had can anybody help me remember? It's the purple and white stripy one. It's got a French name. I had this one amazing plant, and because I have year-round gardening, it didn't look so great in the winter, but it was still there the second year. And I can't remember the name of it now, but it had thorns. I don't know if it was from my rose or not. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you for bringing that up. I want to give a shout out. If anybody else is interested in getting the new Dirt Person t-shirt, you've got, 2 days to get in on the campaign. The way the t-shirts work is they work on campaigns, meaning it's either a 1 month or 6 week campaign. And so they don't print any of the shirts until the end of the campaign. You have to sell a certain number of t-shirts to have the shirts printed. Otherwise, it bumps to the next campaign. So we did manage to get the minimum number from that first week before last. But no one's ordered one in a week or two. So of the Dirt Person, and that's only got a day or 2 left. So if you were thinking about getting a Dirt Person, and the reason I call it that is because on the back it says, I'm a dirt person. And we know soil is dirt, dirt is soil. And I have a wonderful book. I don't know where it is right now, but I'll try to find it. And it's about dirt. And they were talking about, some people call it soil. This book just sort of dispels that sort of thinking and calls it dirt. Anyway, I'm a dirt person, and the front is kind of looks like a man who's bending over. Could be a man or a woman, bending over, watering a plant, on a mound of dirt. And then it's got Late Bloomer Show on the back. So I'd love it if you would get one and support my channel. And here's the link again. And Elaine was just saying that she just ordered a t-shirt. I think you may have ordered one of the, I don't want to look at the dashboard right now, Elaine, but Elaine ordered a t-shirt. Yes, I do want to look at the dashboard because I wanted to give a shout out to everyone who had bought. Elaine K, that's you. You bought a Late Bloomer t-shirt 3 days ago. Terry Fukumoto D bought a Late Bloomer shirt 7 days ago. Irene also did 7 days ago, and Barbara S 9 days ago. So I would love it if you guys would get your t-shirts orders in. There's Cheryl Flowers. Hi. I'm so glad you're listening in. Let's see. Yeah, you want to do that, Haffy? You want to go in with a piece of land in close to Daryl? I'll do that. Listen to me. I'll do that. Let's see. Somebody is saying, oh, it just jumped. Darn it. Let's see. California Tea and Herbal. What is your name, actually? It's a long title to say. Yeah. We hope to move to Georgia in a couple of years, North Georgia. It was so beautiful. I wish somebody had been riding with me in the car because it was it's very dangerous, and I don't recommend anyone to do this. No, 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 no. Don't drive and try to take pictures. But I did do that a little bit during that trip because it was so gorgeous, and I had to get there before dark because, you know, where I was, I mean, you just don't want to be lost at night. Oh my gosh. Was that Scott? Scott, thank you so much. So Scott, I was just giving you a big shout out. Scott has joined our live stream, and he has given a super chat donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I was just we were just talking about you earlier. I know you're very busy on Wednesdays. Let's see. Wait, Adventure Diva says plants were pinched where the stem meets the soil and they all died. That sounds like, if you're talking about just little seedlings, that sounds like, Scott, help me out. It's called damping off. It sounds like damping off. Your roots probably just got too wet. They sat in the water too long, and then they get weak, and then they just drop over and break right where the soil meets. So I don't know if you're talking about these were in little cells or in the ground, but that's usually what that means. Comfrey is comfrey. Kel is talking about comfrey. Comfrey is also called knit bone, and it's supposed to help bones knit together. I think it's not only bones. I think it's tissue as well, maybe ligaments too. I'm not sure. I haven't eaten any comfrey or made any tea or anything. I think you probably can. But I certainly took, when my arm got broken right here, oh, that was painful. And I did poultices, and I took homeopathic comfrey, and I bought salve. I made my own poultice out of my comfrey, and then I also bought salve. This was like Comfrey City when I broke my arm. Let's see. Remington Howell is here somewhere. I see that Haffy has mentioned him, but I don't see where you joined a Remington. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it was, Adventure Diva. The roots, they just get weak because the roots sit in too much water and they just flop over. This could happen in the ground or in the little pots, and you just have to start over. Um, that'd be great, Joshua. But everybody is so spread out. We got somebody in Trinidad and Tobago. We got people in England and Kel, don't worry about it. I sometimes my gardening is haphazard too. Cheryl, I already said hi to Cheryl. I know, Kevin. I know. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Uh, Sean, I don't think comfrey is toxic. I took a lot of homeopathic comfrey by mouth. Um, I don't quote me. I would have to research that, but I don't think so. Mm. Pat Lucking is here from Vancouver, one of my favorite cities. I did a couple of gardens up videos up there when I went up for the Vancouver Web Fest. Oh, okay. Yeah, Steve and Rosemary have a beautiful big kitchen, and they watch me on TV. They watch the live streams on TV. Probably sitting there having Swedish pancakes or something. I'm so jealous. Oh yes, there's lots of thorns on citrus. They're hazardous. Let's see. Patricia. Kevin. See, I told you how Kevin is very knowledgeable. That's why I need a Kevin or a Daryl, okay, to have a homestead. Thorns on eggplant are indication of a mature plant. We've got 3 minutes. Let's see. Who wants to go on FNK and buy land in Tennessee? Just do it. Scott, and now I'm just down to your comment. Let's see. Who just did that? Thank you. Somebody just gave a donation. Maybe I'll get to. I appreciate you tuning in, Scott. Thanks so much for contributing. And Scott, I have a question for you. I wanted to send you. I hope you're still there. Anybody can answer this. Daryl probably knows too. Daryl's a big potato guy. So, how late can you plant the potatoes that have the eyes on them? Like, how if they after they sit around for a long time, they start to like get mushy and rot. How long can you wait before you plant them that they'll still be viable? Has anybody got an answer for that? Hey, everybody, go ahead and hit that like button if you can. You may have to get off the live stream if you're on mobile and go back on. Would love to get that up to 42 instead of 34. Let's see. Let's see. Sean says, supposedly thorns are a thing for lots of plants, but randomly expressed. I love that expression. They're randomly expressed. Nature is infinitely exciting and amazing. And just like I was saying about the tissue in the thumb, it's just, can you imagine if we didn't have thumbs? Just this. If we didn't have this, we wouldn't be able to do half of what we can do. Yes, Elaine, I know. Thank you very much. Blue exploding A. Remington, what are you saying? I missed something. Oh gosh, it jumped. Okay. Once again, thank you, Scott. And Michael Bainey. Oh, how are you today? Remind everybody where you are. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to stay on for 5 more minutes and try to catch up and say hi to everybody. North Carolina and blueberries in North Carolina. I have got blueberries. I can't wait to do my blueberry scone video. Oh, you think I need to look at Baldwin County, Alabama? Okay. Yes, but Kevin, you're younger than me, and you're a guy, and you're big and strong, and all of that. I mean, I'm assuming you are. I haven't seen your picture. Thank you, Pat, for watching that video. Scott Head is actually on the live stream. What are we talking about? Cutworms. Cutworms. I have this great video on cutworms that I did back in my first year. It was like this great solution to cutworms. If anybody's old enough, if anybody's interested, I don't know why I said old enough. If anybody's interested, I do have a technique for dealing with cutworms. Daryl, you're so funny. If I head that way to Tennessee, I'll probably get closer to Daryl, only because my family is there. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Let's see. Michael says he's finally done her final move to Kentucky. Just have to sell the house in New York now. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad that finally worked out. Yes, borage. You can make tea out of borage. Absolutely. I did in my borage video. If you look at my channel and you search, I have a borage video, and I made tea. And I can't say I loved it. I think it needs a little honey or something. Alexander Sermons. Where are you located in Florida? And Alexander, I'm just about to get off, but I wanted to say hi. We're just doing an hour. This is now 5:03. Let's see. Phil Rogers, thank you so much for your $5 donation. Where are you, Phil? I don't even see you. Let's see. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Wow. A comfrey poultice on a boil and drew it out in 24 hours. That's amazing. Okay, Barbara, that's good to know. Yes, you only take your homeopathic supplement as recommended. I wish I could believe that, Daryl. Let's see. Pat says he loves your videos, Scott. Blink Park is back. Had to do some homework. Yes, it was the last season of Gilmore Girls, and one was called Always a Godmother, Never a God, and the other one was I always forget. It was the one right after that, or the one right before it. I think. Oh, I could be wrong. What was my character's name? Let me think. I can't remember that either. But that's one. And one of them, you can't even hardly see me. But anyway. Yeah, I went to the, Scott, I went to the Gilmore Girls they recreated all the sets at Warner's studio tour this past Christmas. For Christmas, they had all the sets decorated for Christmas, and I went there and I did the tour. I never do tours because when you live here and you're an actor, you just don't do that. That's what tourists do. You don't do that. But I did that because I wanted to see all of that again. And of course, when we did our videos, we were on a set indoors, and we weren't in one of those outdoor house, we weren't standing outside doing our shots. So, but anyway, it was nice to see. Let's see. Lily is growing eggplants from seed and one had thorns. Well, you can, but you can grow your sweet potatoes in grow bags, Blink Park. Sean, are you talking about comfrey still? Phil Rogers, there you are. I finally got to you. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. And Alexander Simone's, and let's see, Jacksonville. There's many Jacksonvilles. I don't know which state you're in. Let's see. Okay, Pat's going, and everybody's going, and Happy and Joshua, and everybody's saying bye. And garden season is almost over in Florida. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, you do spring and fall. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We're at 5:06. We're pretty much on time. Good evening, Elaine, and I really appreciate everybody, all of your support. Please watch my videos, share them with your friends, hit the like button on your way out, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Scott will be in the pulpit, no doubt, but hopefully everybody else can join. And I really appreciate your shout out, Scott. And I was just saying, you doubled your subscribers in 1 month. That is almost incredible to think of. So you're really doing it. So Phil, thank you so much for joining. California Tea and Her Herbal. Diane, thank you, Diane. Debbie, thank you so much. Hey, everybody, I love you. I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope this was beneficial to you in some way. I hope it inspired you in some way. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. I have a lot of videos planned. Literally, I have 14 videos planned. So I am going to be trying to get them out every other day in the next 2 weeks. So let's see if I can make it. Thanks so much. Good night.